At AskTheMowerGuy.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit about chainsaw chain. A lot of things that people ask me all the time about chainsaw chains I thought I'd bring up in this discussion and show people. The first thing that you need to realize that chainsaw chain is not all the same. There are several different sizes of chainsaw chain. So what I've laid out here are some examples of a chain cutting table. This is how you measure a chain and count the number of links that are inside a chain, and we're going to talk about all this. There are several different sizes of chain. You can get 404 chain, 3/8 chain, 3/8 pico, .325, and 1/4 inch. The most common that you're going to find is 325, 3/8 P, and 3/8. What this comes down to is the actual size of the chain. Each chain, when you go to a lawnmower shop, is a little bit different. Each manufacturer is a little bit different. Let me show you an example. This chain here is a 3/8 chain, which means that it's going to work on a 3/8 size chainsaw. It's the larger tooth, so it's probably going to be used on one of the bigger saws, and on top of that, the width, and when I say width, what they mean is how wide is it from side to side. That can come in .63, .50, or .43. So all this can get very confusing. This particular chain right here is what they call a micro pico in steel. But basically, it's a 3/8 chain. You have .43 is the width of one of these drivers. And so it works for smaller saws. When you're looking at different chains, you can also find out that some of the chains are 325 chains and different sizes. If you notice here by the video, it's very difficult to tell one chain apart from another. And so that's why it's very important that you have the right information, because when you go to the lawnmower shop and you want to get yourself a chain, they're going to look at you funny if you don't know. So here's a few things that I'm going to kind of teach you when you're looking at the chain. Chain can come pre-made, or chain can come in a box from the manufacturer, or it could be assembled at the dealership for you. What they do is they take a chain, and first you decide what size you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bar down from my bar shelf. All bars have this. It's going to have some information on the side of the bar. When you look at this information on the side of the bar, what it tells you is this: that this has 44 drivers, it's a 12-inch pico, and it's .50. What does that mean? Well, let's start off. First of all, the chain is going to be, when you're looking at all these ones on the wall, a 3/8 P. So that's the right type of chain. Now, the second information that they had on here was the number of drivers. This one says it needs 44 drivers. A driver, when you're counting drivers, is this: 1 driver, 2 driver, 3 driver, 4 driver. It's the little gears that fit inside of the bar. Count those, not these, those on the outside. Well, this one comes up and it says the driver is 44 drivers. So we have a 3/8, 44 drivers. The last bit of information was, how wide is it? Well, when we're looking at this, it says .50 is the width. When we come over here, this one says .43. This wouldn't work. So that gives you an idea of how to get chain when you go down to the lawnmower shop. The information you need to have is located right here on the side of your bar on all bars. 1, how wide is the groove? It'll either be .43, .50, or .63. That's just the normal sizes. The second thing you need to know is how long is your bar. That's going to tell you how many drivers normally you need. Now, one thing you cannot do is you cannot go into the lawnmower shop and tell them that I have a 20-inch bar. Why? Because different bars are different widths. I hope that helps.